Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who is probably quite wealthy and a bit arrogant, someone who is used to getting their way, and also probably likes to make it seem like they made everything happen for themselves. So, probably, and I'm saying this because we have the Charles Dickens tarot with Josiah Bounderby coming through, and his character was a factory owner known for being pretty arrogant. This individual, whoever it is in your life, this is someone who feels like they have like a right to expect things to go their way, but they have made an enemy of someone that they have underestimated. So we have the Manettes, which would be on the Six of Swords, or Six of Air. And this is about somebody who's getting out of jail, interestingly enough. So we could have somebody who served some time and, everyone thought it was all okay. But this person has information on the Josiah individual. So whoever is the kind of arrogant person who feels like they can do no wrong, they're, I think, headed for some comeuppance. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member or how to get one of my candles. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Meredith. Hello, Dwayne. Huge thank you to those of you that went in on the gift card for my birthday. The reason that I am starting my first live stream of the day so late is because I've been lazy after a massage. I'm sorry. I tried to bounce back and have like the motivation and the energy, but I was like, okay. So we have 3 new tarot decks. The first was the Charles Dickens that I pulled the first 2 cards from. And we also have, this is the Blood Moon Tarot. I love how this one shuffles. I don't know how to express to you all how delightful these cards are when they shuffle like this. So you're just gonna have to believe me, okay? Hello, Lemonade. How you doing? I know, I just wanted to take a nap and watch movies. I didn't plan it out that well. I just figured if I scheduled it for like late afternoon, then I'd be exhausted and rushing through my readings with you all. So apparently I just need to like take a whole day off for a massage. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Hello, Single Track. How is Dublin doing? Hello, Redbeard. How's your day? We have the Fool. And Strength. So the whole thing with, I think it's Alexander Manette, is that he was like the fall guy, went to prison. It was false imprisonment. And then he gets through the difficulty of that because he has good support. I think we have someone who has gotten through a pretty difficult episode of their life. It doesn't have to be jail, but I kind of feel like for a lot of you, it would be legal consequences for actions that they probably were not that involved in, or that they maybe even got fully blamed for that they didn't have anything to do with. Hello, JLo. How are you doing? Oh, I'm glad to hear that. We have the Page of Dreams. Hold on, I have to remember. Dreams are associated with... I'm gonna have to check, you guys. Don't hate me. I just got this one. I think it's... No, I don't think it's Wands. I think it's air sign. So I think that would be the Page of Swords. Also, this book is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Okay. Yeah, see, it says dreams is tied to air. But I don't know. I think I can show this to you. Look at the illustrations in this book. How beautiful is that? And it's like a hardcover too. Gorgeous. All right, so the Page of Swords then is what we're looking at. And the Page of Swords is communication, information. I think we have someone who, after a little bit of exile, after a little bit of perhaps imprisonment, there's information this person has and they feel like they need to share it. 10 of Skins in the reverse and the Knight of Songs. So that would be like the 10 of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the upright. So even though I've walked a difficult path, even though I've been, you know, taking on a punishment for something that I didn't really do, there's something now that I feel compelled to make happen as a result of my time in that prison and the information that I acquired. I feel like it's information they got while they were imprisoned, but perhaps it's something they've kept quiet the entire time. The 10 of Wands in the reverse is indicative of somebody who feels overwhelmed, like there's potential for some PTSD or emotional difficulties because of what they've been through. Haley, could I ask you to please not put everything in capitalized letters? Hello, Smiggle. Oh, you should do that. Hello, James. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. How's your day? So we have Judgment, and per usual, I have to point out that this one spells it right. Wow, that's a crazy card. That's a pretty serious dagger. So this is, I think, saying there's Judgment Day. There's consequences for someone who felt like they got away with everything, but they're going to hear an unexpected update or get some unexpected news because of this person having information on them. Thank you, J-Lo. Can I pull a few cards for you? Good advice, Redbeard. Ooh, that's pretty legit. So we have the Page of Honey, which is Pentacles, by the way. The 4 of Skins, which is the 4 of Wands, and the 10 of Dreams, or the 10 of Swords. Look at this. Isn't that cool? I think that's a... Is it a Luna moth? I think. Page of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 10 of Swords. So while I've been imprisoned, you've been building your empire. You've been making things happen or being seen as somebody who is quite skilled or successful. It's also giving, you know, a little bit like Count of Monte Cristo. So I think we have a bit of revenge on the menu. Hello, April. Hello, Gorilla. Well, aren't those the only 2 choices, Gorilla? I know, isn't it cool, Albert? I do love, that's why I have so many different tarot decks, because you have different information that comes through based on the actual depiction. And it all really started with, I think her name was Pamela. hold on, Pamela Smith, right? Who actually took the tarot deck minor arcana and decided that those deserved better than just like, well, here's 4 pentacles for ya. Aren't they pretty? And actually made it relatable to, you know, things that you experience in life. So we have the wheel. It's coming through in the reverse. Don't really like that, but it makes sense because it's clarifying the Manette card, which was the guy who was imprisoned, right? 10 of Wands in the reverse, wheel in the reverse. I've gone through it. I had to sacrifice a lot. I feel like this was somebody who was imprisoned unfairly. 9 of Wands in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles, but they're out. This is someone who's no longer imprisoned. They might have some truth to share that is relevant to their own case, but I suspect that it is something more comprehensive, something to exact revenge on the arrogant individual. Hello, Javier. Hello, Corey. Hello, Mo. How are you doing? So we have the 6 of Wands. Oh, homie's got a shroom too. I think this is someone who's about to make very clear that someone who has been maybe like a pillar of the community, or maybe like they own the most important like employer in town, someone who's got some money, okay? This self-important person didn't want to get in trouble for something and they got another person to take the rap, or they framed him. Because it doesn't really feel like this is somebody who was like, sure, I'll go to prison for you. That sounds like a great time. I hear the food is great. When do I start? Ooh. I bet the thread count is excellent on these sheets. No, this is somebody who was imprisoned unfairly. So I think that's why they feel so motivated, right? Now that I'm out, I'm gonna tell everybody what you did or who you really are to make it fair. Because I have evidence. I have some sort of receipts. I have something that everybody else is gonna want to hear about. Hello, Key. How are you doing? Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Jerome. How are you doing? Yeah, right now I have JLo written down. Ah, okay. So you want to know about the avoidant? I'm guessing like what their thoughts are, current situation. Hello, Chad. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm rooting for the person who is in prison, right? I feel like they have justice on their side, and they have found an unconventional way to address the injustice. Kind of like Count of Monte Cristo. And this arrogant individual who is about to get called out or exposed is worried. I think because they know this person's getting out, but it could also be because something else is problematic for them right now. It could seem like a lot of things are not going the way that they would like right now. Let's see. This is the Noisy Tarot. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Hey, Jerome, looks like Rachel is answering your question. We are at about 15 minutes in, so I do personal questions in about 20 minutes. Ace of Cups, in the reverse, and the Two of Wands. And if you want to, you could also donate a membership as opposed to Super Chat. Empress in the reverse, and the Tower. This person's been planning. They've been plotting. I mean, you don't have a lot to do in a jail cell, right? So if you're over there, like, planning your revenge, I guess I can't really judge you for it. What else is there to do? Whittle your own chess set? When I get out, I have everything planned. I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure that that arrogant person gets their comeuppance. I know how to make sure that that crown falls off their head, or that their expensive car gets repoed. Judgment. Six of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the reverse. It's like all they think about. They've been stuck. They've been imprisoned. They haven't been able to do what they want. But the first thing they're thinking of is, I got to get wherever I can and start my little plan, because I want that person who betrayed me to get their karma. Hello, Ziam, how are you doing? That's perfect. Hello, Skemmy. How are you doing? Three of Wands, Eight of Cups, and Death in the reverse. A little bit of a David and Goliath vibe here. You thought that I wasn't a threat anymore because I was sent away. Now that you know I'm coming back, you're a little bit nervous. You know there might be something you have to watch out for. There's something that our arrogant individual should have changed, but did not. Like changing their locks, changing a password, hiring someone different. But I feel like they're a person who has pretty set in stone habits. So it's like they should have stopped trusting someone, but they didn't, or they should have changed, like I said, a password or a key. They didn't. So there's vulnerability here, and I feel like this is seen as like serendipitous to our Manette character. I mean, they've come through as the Six of Swords twice. This is somebody who is feeling like things are changing in the right way for them, but they are also very much so focused on the arrogant property owner person losing everything, apparently. Aw, that's great, Redbeard. Thank you, James. Can I pull some cards for you? You let me know. Hello, Hitesh. How are you doing? Hello, Dwayne. Yes, I agree with Rachel. Justice in the reverse. I'm going to fix what was wrong. I know that everybody thinks that you're innocent or that someone else did it or that I did this, but I got proof and I know where to find it. I'm seeing that scene from Shawshank Redemption, which makes so much sense because Andy Dufresne himself was an innocent man who was imprisoned, right? And there's this scene where there's, I think it's money, buried underneath a tree along a like stone wall, and I think the clue is underneath like a black rock that has no business being there. This is someone who's like, as soon as I get out, I know where I'm going. I'm picking up Maybe it's money, maybe it's the actual evidence, but it's like, I don't have time to eat, I don't have time to party. It's revenge time. Very serious about it. All right, this is the other tarot deck that is new. This is the William Blake Tarot of Creative Imagination. It's a rather long title, so I will be referring to it as the William Blake Tarot. Slow motion. No. You crack me up. That's funny. Oh, Chad, I'm sending you positive and healing energy. I hope you can figure out what you need to figure out. So this is beautiful because in the William Blake Tarot, we have knowledge in place of the lovers. And you're like, what? How does that make sense? Hold on, I have to cover up the nudity. So knowledge, because the lovers is not just about these two people think, you know, they're soulmates. That's great. But that's like a superficial one of the meanings that the lovers can have. It most of the time is talking about a really major decision that someone has to make. Do I want to do this or do I want to do that? And therefore, knowledge is a pretty compelling replacement because we have someone who's basically wanting to make sure they have all the information before they move forward. It's like, if I have the evidence, if I have the receipts, if I can prove that you are not who you say you are, or that you did something you said you didn't do, well, gosh darn it, I'm going to prove it. So because I have this information, other people will also have this information. I know, right? Oh, well. So we have the Six of Painting, which is the Six of Cups. Assistance. So our Count of Monte Cristo character, we call him Judgment. To be honest, I kind of feel like this is someone who's purposefully trying to not be identified because they are being a bit of a chameleon right now to fly under the radar of the rich, arrogant person. But I feel like prior to being falsely imprisoned or, you know, imprisoned for something they didn't do, this is somebody who was very helpful and they did something to be kind, or they were, you know, a good employee, a reliable family member or friend, and then they got betrayed, much like the Count of Monte Cristo. The Graphic Muse, Angel of Painting. So this would be like the Page of Cups. This is like the invite showing up in the Count of Monte Cristo. You know, like, oh, some new guy's in town. It looks like he's got a lot of money. Let's go to the party. I heard there's going to be fireworks, you guys. Let's go. Something to get this enemy in the same room. You know, throw a party. Five of Music, which is the Five of Wands. Here lieth William Blake. Whatever is born of mortal birth must be consumed with the earth to rise from generation free. Then what have I to do with thee? Melancholy is a pretty good way to sum up how this person feels. Maybe after being wrongfully imprisoned, it's really difficult to find enjoyment in things. Maybe that's why they're so obsessed with the revenge, right? I can't really get excited or be happy about things until this thing is made right. Hello, Andre. How are you doing? Hello, Rick. Hello, Francisco. How are you doing? See, I can make it clap, you guys. I'm only making that joke. Ooh. I'm only making that joke because someone asked me that. Okay, you guys? Chill out. Reversal. Wow. So this would be like the Hanged Man, right? This is like, okay, so I'm out of prison now. Hey, thanks for like making me take the rap for that. It's your turn now. I'm going to make things really uncomfortable for you so that you start to sweat and get anxious. And then I'm going to take my petty revenge and it'll be great. I don't think this person's messed up any of their details. They've had plenty of time to plan this. Five of Poetry, which is the Five of Pentacles. Thou art a man, God is no more. Thy own humanity learn to adore. For that is my spirit of life. Awake, arise to spiritual strife. And then the cop siren goes off. That's funny. To you as well. Oh, sorry, Rachel. But strife is pretty self-explanatory, right? Someone who feels like you put me in the most difficult situation I've ever been in. You led to my being in prison for something I didn't do. So yeah, to say this is somebody who is a bit vindictive or upset would be a bit of an understatement. They're looking forward to seeing the reaction from the person they're going after. Okay, let's get some identifiers here. So who is this Josiah Bounderby, the arrogant, wealthy person? Who is that? Wheel of Fortune, Five of Wands, Eight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone who's put everything that they have into being the best. As a result, they've made many enemies. This is someone who doesn't realize just how much the people around them would like to see them fail. Ace of Cups in the reverse. They are not beloved. People would like to basically kick this person out of town. Page of Cups. But instead they have to be amenable. They have to be respectful. Because maybe you're the boss man. Maybe you're the owner of the company. Maybe you are, I don't know, the sheriff. There's something about this person's power associated with money that makes a lot of people just kind of like cower around them. Hello, Fachi. How are you doing? All right, so what about the Manette character, the one who's been imprisoned, who's apparently about to get some revenge? What do we know about this person? The Moon and the Star. When I see these two cards, what I think of is somebody who blends in. Somebody who can walk around without being super noticed. Maybe they're literally in camouflage. Maybe they're wearing the same outfit as the people serving hors d'oeuvres, like I've seen in so many of those TV shows and movies. But this is somebody who's like, I'm just kind of trying to cover the boobies. This is somebody who's like, I know exactly how to get where I need to and do what I need to because I know you don't notice people. I know you're too busy looking at your own reflection. But this is someone who feels like The most important thing is to get the scales of justice balanced with this person to make sure everybody knows what's really going on. This could be somebody who's going to post something online, probably video evidence, or maybe even audio. Another Six of Swords. Okay, so our Manette character is the King of Cups. And our arrogant Josiah individual is the Wheel of Fortune. They could even be associated with gambling of some sort or stocks. Thank you, Sarya. Is N the new guy? If not, am I meeting new guy before my work trip? And what is my ex planning toward me? And is he stalking or seeing someone new? Awesome. I've got that added for you. Thank you for the tip again. Hello, State 7777. How you doing? Hello, what's up, fitness coach? All right, I just want to get a few from the Kipper, and then we'll dive into those personal questions, okay, y'all? Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. All right, so what's the outcome here? Wow, adjudication. Someone's getting dragged before the court. You want to explain what this contract means or why you were working with this person or why you were paid this sum of money. That looks a little bit strange to me. I feel like this is going the way that the King of Cups wanted. So I spent a lot of time working for this person just for them to frame me or make it look like I stole something. But they know how to find the evidence that proves they were innocent and probably puts away this wealthy person. So even though it was not an easy path, we have the Lovers, that knowledge card, remember? We have someone who makes the choice to, it's not going to be easy, right? But they want justice. I know it could be treacherous. I know I could just like go somewhere else and like relax on a beach. But gosh darn it, I want that person to get their comeuppance. Oh, what's up, Ruben? Hello, Pew Pew. How are you doing? Let's dive into those personal questions. Now we'll go with the Black Tarot. So JLo is dealing with an avoidant. What does JLo need to know regarding the avoidant, please? Ace of Cups. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Swords. And the Nine of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is someone who has feelings for you, but struggles in terms of actually like the day-to-day stuff. Yeah, avoidant is spot on with the Five of Pentacles. This is someone who's used to spending time alone and doesn't really want anyone to get too close, because if you get too close, it makes them feel uncomfortable, right? Hello, July. How are you doing? Yeah, Seven of Cups, or sorry, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't invest. I may have emotions or I may be excited about you, but you never really know if I'm going to be acting interested or stepping away. So what does JLo need to do about this? Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. Time to tell the truth. So this feels to me like maybe you're hesitating saying that something is a deal breaker or that something is just like you've had enough. This is like, just say it. Just say the thing that you need to say, you know? Hey, if you don't know how to communicate with me every day, which I feel is a pretty low bar, then I'm not interested in connecting with you anymore. If you don't want to send a good morning text, or if you don't want to, you know, ask me how I'm feeling after you knew I had a headache, those are things that make me feel like I'm cared for. And if you don't do that, then I don't really feel like this is a relationship. It feels more like, I don't know, maybe you're going to like deposit my cash in a bank or something. Like it shouldn't feel transactional. It shouldn't feel like this is a retail setting, right? I feel like you just need more emotion, and this person is like, oh, I just don't have any emotion. Okay, well, I don't know. If you were the pizza shop and you were out of cheese bread, I wouldn't stick around either. So this is someone who just doesn't seem to offer what you need. So when you let go of this connection, there's someone else out there who aligns more closely to what that is that you're looking for. But I'm not sure this one's going to be doing much changing in the near future. Two of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Swords. They're kind of stuck where they are mentally. But you might meet a Sagittarius that is a little bit more your pace. Hello, Barracuda. How are you doing? No, David, but I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Maxine. What's up? All right, let's see what we've got for Sarkya. And thank you again to James. That's fair. All right, so for Sarkya, we've got, is N the new guy? Very likely. Nine of Cups would be like wish fulfillment. Knight of Swords. Empress. This is someone who's worked on themselves. Communicative or honest. Super passionate / likes to hang out in the bedroom. But I don't feel like this is in a negative way. I feel like this is somebody who is struggling with the physical attraction that they feel for you, implying that there's a barrier, right? Like maybe you can't see each other. There is a timing issue here. There could be like a plan to, you know, have a weekend together or go out on a date that gets delayed or interrupted because of work obligations. So you might want to just double check if you make plans. Say, are you sure there's not a better time for you? Or, you know, is there anything that might come up? Because I feel like this is someone who's agreeing to something that they know could potentially get ruined. But this is someone who's been working to change their financial situation, and it does look like they've been seeing some success because of their determination. Well, what do you think is real communication then, Jason? You just typed something in my live chat. I read it, and now I'm responding to you. Is that not communication? um, yeah, I think there's a lot of potential here. Timing is a little concerning. So if you can, ooh, I have more questions. If you can make sure to like really fine tune what those expectations are and have a better understanding of, is there something that could potentially come up, or would you feel better if it was like, a week later? That's going to help things. What is Sarkab's ex planning towards Sarkab? Magician. The Moon. King of Pentacles. Four of Cups in the reverse. This is looking to me like trying to find a way to undermine your decision making or your confidence in your intuition. So with the Emperor being in the reverse, this is like, I want you to feel like you don't have control. I want you to feel like nothing is going right. I don't like this magician. It's my least favorite magician. And I like the color green, okay, you guys? But this is like envy or a need to control. Is this regarding a new relationship? Ten of Cups. So there could be some attempt here to cause drama for you because you are in a new relationship, or to try to get that new person to be less interested or captivated by you, right? Okay, Jason, that's your opinion. Maybe you're talking about intimate conversations where you can feel a little bit of a stronger emotional connection, but we communicate just fine on here. If it's not working for you, though, you can go find another channel. Otherwise, just chill. We good. We could be friends. Oh, wait. Is he stalking or seeing someone new? Yeah, he's still stalking. I feel like primarily from a social media standpoint. Thank you, William. Let me write that down for you. What does the future hold for me in love? And personal pursuits. With content creation. I've added that for you. Thank you, William. All right, and is the ex seeing someone new? No. I do feel like there was someone your ex tried to pursue, but this person viewed your ex as dishonest. So that didn't really work out so great for them. You know? All right, let's see what we've got for William. I'll use the Graffiti Tarot. You're welcome, Sarga. So for William, we've got, what is William's future in love? Three of Wands, the Hermit, and the Queen of Swords. So you're coming through as this Hermit energy, someone who feels like, I've been waiting, what's going on, why aren't things getting better? This Queen of Swords is indicating that there's something you observe that you change, and all of a sudden things start moving forward for you. I'm trying to think of a good example. It's like if you were wondering why you weren't getting any matches on a dating app, and it's because you had marked it like inactive or incognito or whatever it is that they do on there. And then you're like, oh, I guess nobody could see me. And then you click it on and then all of a sudden you get requests. There's something here where you change something and it could be as simple as your outlook or how you view yourself. But you change this thing and then all of a sudden things start moving forward in a positive direction. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a love card. The Five of Cups. And the Magician. So you're manifesting in love, but you have to be a little bit cautious here because there's a tendency to expect the worst in connections that I need you to remove, okay? If we expect every connection in love to end horribly or with somebody ghosting or cheating or lying or whatever, then that is literally all you're ever going to get, okay? I don't want that for you. I want you to have this Ace of Cups. So make sure that communication is strong. Make sure that you've let go or forgiven the people that you need to from your past, because this feels to me like there's a risk of dismissing this connection and feeling like it's not that important when it's literally the thing that you manifested for yourself. Hello, Arshika. How are you doing? Thank you, Live with Hope. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. Ooh, please do not call me mom. It would be Carmen, please. So we have the King of Swords in the reverse. This is saying be careful because you could misread romantic interest and not see the value that you actually have there. And what about the we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, the Six of Wands, and the Six of Cups in the reverse with the Five of Pentacles. I don't really love this, William, because it feels to me like in order to get what you want, you have to be content to walk away from the people that don't believe in you. So there are those that would look at your potential and say, yeah, but it's never going to happen. But these are individuals who might not know what they're talking about or might be a little bit negative. So there's this risk here of it being a bit of a difficult choice because it's effectively saying you kind of isolate yourself in order to pursue what you want to pursue. You did come out as the Hermit at the beginning after all. Hello, Patricia. How are you doing? Eight of Wands. Ten of Cups. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And the Hierophant in the reverse. So this is feeling to me like you have the ability to make this a success, but there is a concern that, number one, you could potentially get derailed because other people don't want to be supportive or don't think that you could actually do well with it. But number two, because there is a temptation here to look at what works for somebody else and try to like wear that outfit yourself, and it is not authentic. So the challenge or the call to action here is how can you do what you want to do while making sure that it is like 100% you, right? So I don't know if it's just like a formatting thing, or maybe you feel like you have to like change your accent or wear different clothes. I don't know, but this is saying you gotta, if you want it to be successful, you have to be like you, right? Yeah, no private like birth dates or anything in the live chat, please. Good luck on that key. So we've got the Seven of Cups and the Lovers. There's an important choice here that you make, and the choice is to do something that seems a little bit murky or a little bit like untested, because it is just you doing it your way, but that's the way that it's supposed to be done. So I hope that helps. I don't know what that means. Why are you asking me that? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, if you want, I could just pull some cards and see what it says. It sounds like we've had some issues keeping the question up because of personal information. What does Arshika need to know? Two of Lightning or Two of Swords. 10 of Potions or 10 of Cups in the reverse. 9 of Candles or 9 of Wands, and the 8 of Pumpkins. Difficult decision, getting out of your comfort zone or staying where you are because you feel like you've invested so much. But this is saying it's time for an adventure. It's time to leave what you know behind. It's time to either leave a relationship or leave a place where you're living, or both. Because right now, I feel like there's a lot of negative energy around you with this Queen of Swords. It's taking up so much of your energy, I feel like you don't even realize it. It's making me think of when you go into like your battery consumption on your phone, the screen brightness is one of the things that just like totally zaps it, right? Or like Bluetooth, things like that that are constantly working. This is like you have to constantly be working to make sure that someone doesn't irritate you or ruin what you're trying to do. So like get away from that person. This person is causing stagnation in your life. It could be a boss. It doesn't have to be like a romantic partner. But this is like you can swap in what isn't working and get something different. Like it's a cell phone. It's time to level up. No, I did not read yours, Pew Pew. I was doing, was it Ashika? Arshika. But Pew Pew, I would just say I really do appreciate it if you don't show up in the live chat, always expecting me to do free questions for you. I do like to spread the wealth around and help folks that haven't gotten freebies before. All right. Return to sender. I'm gonna go eat some food, y'all, but I love you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to, and I will see you on the next reading. Doodles.